Hi Jesse, what are some of the key market events and economic data that should be laser focused on right now?
Of course, Olymptrade users should also monitor bank earnings because financials are super sensitive to interest rate chatter.
But you just mentioned some potential upside, right?
That's an interesting question. If you're picking some assets, tell you to keep a close watch on Tesla, Amazon, and Nvidia during earnings.
Well, that's a very interesting perspective. It sounds quite complex. Can you probably break it down for some of us who aren't conversant with the strategy?
So you start with a base trade size, let's say 3% of your account balance. And in my opinion, 2025 is already proving to be a wild year. So I'm excited to dive in, break it down, and help people stay ahead. Let's do it.
If you are wondering how to thrive in the market in 2025, you are in the right place. This isn't 2024 anymore. AI-driven algorithms are dominating price action, volatility is off the chart, and split-second decisions can mean a difference between massive wins and devastating losses. The game has changed, and your strategy no longer works. In this episode, we'll break down what exactly you need to know in order to stay ahead of the curve. As always, I'm Alex, and joining me today is Jose, who happens to be our Telegram expert. Hi Jose.
Hello, Alex.
Can you believe it? This guy is literally sending us trading insights from everywhere, even as he's chilling on the beach or shopping around. If you are not subscribed to the channel, you are missing out on some of the most accurate and actionable insights out there. Join now to get daily trading insights that will shape how and when you trade. Jose, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Alex. Always good to be here. Yeah, 2025 is a whole different game. Things are moving fast, and if you're trading the same way you were last year, then you're probably already behind. So I'm excited to dive in, break it down, and help people stay ahead. Let's do it.
Jose, as you already know, we're already in March. What are some of the key market events and economic data that you think that most traders, including myself, should be laser focused on right now? And how do you think this might throw a wrench into our current trading strategies?
Sure, Alex. So right off the bat, new US tariffs on steel and aluminum are a big one. Olymptrade users should be paying close attention here. We could see construction and manufacturing stocks take a hit, while gold and silver might get a boost as investors look for safer places to park their money. And if these tariffs push import costs up and fuel inflation, the US dollar could strengthen even more, which will definitely impact pairs like euro-dollar and pound-dollar as well.
Well, that's a very interesting perspective. And what about next move? They've been holding on to rates quite steady for some time now, and everyone has been waiting for the major decision that came out just about 2 days ago. How do you see this shaping market sentiment?
Great question, Alex. So the Fed's decision is huge. If they signal a delay in cutting rates, expect the US dollar to get stronger, potentially sending euro-dollar and pound-dollar lower on platforms like Olymptrade. We could see some solid momentum trades around that announcement. On the flip side, stock indices like the S&P and Nasdaq might struggle in the short term because higher rates can squeeze corporate borrowing and slow down growth.
But you just mentioned some potential upside, right?
Yes. If inflation cools down faster than expected, then we could see a rally in risk assets. Gold and commodities could get a nice bump, and we might even see breakouts in oil and energy stocks. So this is the kind of volatility short-term trades live for. The key is to watch the price action leading up to the decision and be ready to pounce on the reaction.
Okay, I get that. So let's try to fast forward a bit since we are actually heading into the second quarter. Which specific sectors or assets are catching your eye right now?
That's an interesting question. So, well, Alex, even though the US market feels a little bit late-stage bull, meaning we could see some pullbacks and rebounds that are great for short-term plays, tech stocks are still the main drivers. So if you're picking some assets, I would tell you to keep a close watch on Tesla, Amazon, and Nvidia during earnings because, as you might know, expectations are sky high. Big beats could mean big breakouts, but misses could lead to sharp sell-offs, which are prime reversal trading opportunities. And of course, Olymptrade users should also monitor bank earnings because financials are super sensitive to interest rate chatter.
Interesting. I think I put you on the spot with the previous question, and I'd like to put you on the spot once again. What about, outside of stocks? Do you have any considerations or any assets that should be catching our eyes right now?
So Alex, I'll tell you about two of my favorite assets. So gold and oil are definitely in play with all the inflation and geopolitical uncertainty. So gold is testing some key resistance levels and any more instability could send it even higher. Oil, on the other hand, has been reacting to supply worries, so watch for breakout trades around key price points there too. So this whole quarter looks set to be full of rapid market swings, perfect for those quick trades.
These are great recommendations actually. So let's try to shift gears and discuss some actionable strategies for the upcoming market cycle. So Jose, with all this craziness of market phrases in 2025, what's a good way for traders to actually navigate this? Do you have any specific strategies in mind?
Absolutely, Alex. So, in my opinion, the name of the game in 2025 is precision and smart risk management. I personally am a big fan of the control cycle method because it helps you stay in control and not let your emotions dictate your trading.
It sounds quite complex. Can you probably break it down for some of us who aren't conversant with the strategy?
Sure thing, my bad. Let's explain this. So you start with a base trade size, let's say 3% of your account balance. If the trade is a winner, you stick with that 3% for the next one. But if it's a loss, you dial it back to 2% to protect your capital. Then, once you have a successful trade after that reduction, you reset back to your 3% base and then keep going. This way, you're never over-leveraging, but you're still in a position to compound profits. And remember, timing is crucial. In strong trends, let those winners run. But in choppy markets, shorter trades to grab those quick reversals are the way to go.
There's some great recommendations here, Jose. Please don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram channel for more signals or real-time market insights. And also, if you are finding this discussion helpful, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, especially if you are serious about staying ahead in 2025. Let's talk about technology in trading for 2025, especially such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Perplexity, and amongst a whole lot, gradually evolving and beginning to play a key role in trading. How do you see these technologies to impact, retail traders?
That's really interesting, Alex, especially because I'm trying to use those tools every day. And personally, I think that's a global trend. So DeepSeek's AI breakthrough has definitely been shaking up the tech sector. NVIDIA, especially, took a hit as traders start questioning whether demand for high-end chips will slow down. But here's the thing, this shift could open doors to smaller AI players. And in my opinion, that's something traders should watch out for. If AI adoption speeds up across different industries, we might see some unexpected winners this year, not just the big tech names.
Here's a question to our viewers, right? If AI technology changes the market and the way that we trade this year, how should traders, especially us, stick to old strategies, or do you think it's rather, interesting or great to consider creating new strategies based on these models? Just say, I think we've actually talked, a lot about the general outlook for this year. But before we wrap up this whole thing, right, let's try to highlight some of the key features of the Olymptrade platform and how it can help traders navigate the new reality that's actually staring at us.
Of course, Alex. So, two very nice questions there for the clients and for me as well. So regarding the platform, with the rapid changes in the market, having the right tools is essential. Olymptrade offers a user-friendly platform with customizable charts and a variety of technical indicators, allowing traders to analyze market trends effectively. For those looking to capitalize on AI-driven market movements, the platform provides advanced tools like ready-to-use strategies that identify trends and optimal entry and exit points. On top of that, with free demo account, Olymp traders can practice and refine their strategies without risking any real money. And I don't need to tell you how important it is to stay sharp in a volatile environment.
Well, I guess it's time to say some final thoughts.
All right, Alex. So first of all, I'd like to thank you very much once again to inviting me to come here and share those thoughts. And in my opinion, 2025 is already proving to be a wild year. And traders who stay sharp and adapt quickly will have the best shot at success. So with AI shaking up tech as we mentioned, US policies moving the dollar, and all that volatility creating non-stop trading opportunities, there is always something to capitalize on. The key is sticking to a solid strategy, managing risks, and using the right tools like what Olymptrade offers to stay in the game. and I personally cannot wait to see how traders take advantage of it.
That's quite extensive, and thank you very much for sharing these incredible insights with us. And to our traders, well, just like Jesse mentioned, 2025 is all about adapting to smarter algorithms, higher volatility, and a rapidly changing market. So if you want to stay ahead, focus on key economic data and also the sector trends and some of the actionable strategies that Jesse just mentioned. But before you go, give us a like if you like this conversation and want us to talk more related to this topic. Also, don't forget to check out our previous video about successful trader story and also crypto deposits on Olymptrade. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and Telegram channels for real-time updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you until next time.
Olymptrade. Care that counts.